Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Diaries, episode 57. Different camera shot today. I wanted to do the Diaries episodes just doing like the face to camera, as I felt it was a little bit more engaging and I don't always have stuff to share on my screen, but I'm traveling at the moment, so away from my place in Dubai, so yeah, I don't really have the ideal environment or setup to film properly. I'm just in the UK right now. I'm visiting some family. Got one of my best mates' weddings tomorrow. Staying with my parents actually. 31. Staying with my parents when I come back to the UK. Is that a bit lame? Is that a bit weird? I don't really know, but yeah. Anyway, just makes sense to stay with them because I'm here to visit and see them. Anyway, what else has been going on? I've actually been on vacation the last week. Vacation. I say vacation because I speak to clients who are in America, so they understand what vacation means versus a holiday. Anyway, that's the term they use. But been on a little trip away over the past week. Been in Italy, was in like Sardinia for a few days, went to Naples for a couple of days, and then went to Positano, which is kind of like on the Amalfi Coast, which is beautiful. Really awesome trip. Sardinia's nice, but the main highlight was you go on like a boat for the day and they take you around all the islands north of Sardinia. Probably the best like water I've like ever seen in terms of like so clear, so beautiful, so blue. Would highly recommend. Naples was like so. Wasn't a huge big fan of Naples. The part near the water is nice where you can like view all the stuff across the water, all the mountains and stuff, but wouldn't necessarily be buzzing to go again. Positano was really nice, to be fair, on the Amalfi Coast. That was great, but I wouldn't spend more than a couple of days there, honestly. That was pretty much it. Anyway, all that to say that I've been working like max 1 to 2 hours a day. One day in Sardinia, I worked for an afternoon, so it was maybe like 4 to 5 hours of work. But most days, honestly, it was just keeping on top of stuff, looking inside the ad account, and just keeping on top of like customer service, I suppose, in terms of like potential customers looking to join and stuff like that. Because even though I was away for the middle of this month, it was actually the best month we've had for new people joining the main coaching program, which was nice. And that does require a bit of conversation via email to potential customers with the strategy that we do. So I was just on top of that in the mornings, just, literally spending 20 minutes a day probably on that. But yeah, so cool to see. Took some time off, so I haven't been totally on it. But yeah, like I said, had the best month in terms of new customers for the main coaching program, which is cool. So we're building a bit of momentum there. But from an ads point of view, like I mentioned in the last video, it's actually been a bit of a tough month after June. I kind of made a video being like, yes, finally got the funnel profitable. And then when July hit, it was not profitable. I talked about this a bit more in the last video. And I always I don't know if I believe in it or not, but I always feel like whenever I post on social media about a win or anything like that, I don't know, for whatever reason in my mind, I get really scared I'm going to jinx it. And I feel like it's happened a few times now where like I've posted a big win, not to necessarily flex, if I'm posting about agency results for clients, that's obviously a bit of, positioning and social proof to get new clients or to build credibility. So there's like a bit of obviously positioning in there. But like generally this stuff, which I'm filming, I'm not looking to necessarily get clients from it. I'm just documenting. So I'm not really trying to flex. And again, my numbers on this company aren't even that big. So it's not something to flex about. But I always get scared. Like if I post about, oh, we've had a really good month, I just feel like the next month is always worse. So whatever I'm posting about going well, I like jinx it and then it automatically like faces a load of challenges. I think that's just the nature of business where not everything is going to work extremely well continuously, but I felt like it's happened a few times where I've maybe posted about something that's working and then like the week after it doesn't work. And I'm like, oh shit, should I maybe not post about it? But obviously that's the point of doing these types of videos, is to kind of share the wins, obviously like the losses and stuff as well. So basically what I want to show you, I drew this out on the screen just to kind of show you what's happening right now in the business. So this is kind of like the red part is where we're at. The black line is to represent the performance with ads over maybe like the last year. we've not been running ads consistently for a year, but anyway, just to kind of show you what's been happening. So for the black line, it's been like up and down, like consistent. Like we stayed at a very similar level, maybe losing a little bit on the front end with the funnel and not being able to scale at all. We're talking, in the beginning, we're spending a few thousand a month on ads. This month so far, we spent 18 grand. So we've been able to scale up from like 2 to 3K a month to like 18K a month on ads. But for the most of the part, we were spending maybe 3 to 5K, and we were like losing a little bit of money on the front end with the funnel that we're talking about. And again, if you're watching this for the first time, just watch some of the previous videos where I talk about like the low ticket funnel and stuff. Anyway, obviously last month we had like a pretty big success in my eyes, where on the front end we were profitable, which meant all the customers we got on the back end was like pure profit, which was awesome place to be in. And again, we spent like a relatively significant amount of money in June, which was, I can't remember off the top of my head now, maybe like 15, maybe a bit less than 15 grand. I can't remember off the top of my head. Should probably have those numbers. Anyway, but obviously we hit July and we've just come on this like downward spiral here, because on the front end of July, we've lost a couple of grand, I think, on the front end, which again, it's not like I'm going to bankrupt the business. So it's only 2K, but going from profitable for like a couple of grand on the front end to now unprofitable, a couple of grand on the front end, that's a big difference. Our CPA is shot up on that front end funnel from like $44 to like $70, which is just fucking annoying and a bit nuts. And our average order value stayed the same at about 66 or something. So we're losing money. We lost a couple of grand again. Not end of the world, but it's just annoying because the most annoying thing isn't the lost money, because I don't care about that as much. It's more just the dip in momentum. So, and this is happening whilst I've been away on vacation. So yes, I am looking and managing the ads on a daily basis, but I'm definitely not like working on the business every single hour of the day, which means it's stupid, I think, to continue to like launch more ads and spend more money if I'm away and I'm not working and I can't, put all my time, effort, and energy into like optimizing the funnel. So we have scaled back on the ad spend considerably. And just next week, when I get back to Dubai, I'm just going to start everything up again, or start scaling up again. So that's pretty annoying. And again, in instances like that in business, when you go away, it's kind of like, is this the universe punishing me for taking some time off? Because, I didn't book the Italy vacation as a celebration of last month. Not at all. I was always going, and I've come back to the UK. One of my mates is getting married. So it's not a case of like, we had a decent month in June and I just went and booked a holiday. But I feel like at a time where the ads aren't performing well, for me to then go away for a week is me not being a good business owner, or me not being a good entrepreneur. But like, what am I going to do? Cancel a holiday I've got booked? Not go to one of my best friend's wedding? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's the solution either. So that's like, it's happened a few times where like I've gone away and some shit's gone wrong. I'm like, obviously, as I'm away, I'm trying to deal with it, but you definitely can't deal with it to the best of your ability in terms of like with the ads, for example. I've dealt with it in terms of like turning stuff off that's not working and relaunching some stuff that I think will work. But I've definitely not been able to like script a whole new library of new ads and get them filmed and edited and launched. I suppose that's why you build a team, so they can do that whilst you're away, which is obviously just like a whole other conversation. So anyway, that's also like another thought in my head, like the conflict that I experience when I go away. The only good thing is that last time I went away in like March, April, I went and traveled around the US for a couple of weeks. Similar thing happened where like I tailored down the ads when I was away because a few things like were unprofitable. But after that, after I got back, we saw like a huge spike in performance, which led to, the June performance, which was good. So I'm hoping I can replicate that. I don't know whether it's an energetic thing or just I got lucky or whatever it was. I don't know. But hoping next week when I can put all my energy and focus back into this, we can scale it. I tried to not let it like ruin the holiday or be on my mind too much. Obviously, like, if I look at the accounts and we're losing money on ads and then I go off for the day on a frigging boat trip around Sardinia, like some part of me on that boat trip was thinking about the ad performance and the business, because you can never really switch off. especially if stuff isn't working as well as you want it to. So, anyway, that's I'm definitely not going to torture myself and just not book a vacation ever again in my life. So I suppose it's something I got to deal with and understand. Maybe it's just part of business. And again, probably hiring someone to manage the ads and manage the marketing is the solution for that. But, I don't want to do that right now. And I don't think the company is in the place where I want it to be before I would hire someone to manage the marketing full time anyway. So, and I probably would be more stressed if I had someone managing the ads and the ads weren't performing well and then I went on vacation, because then I'm not even in control and I'm relying on someone else to fix a solution. Back to the amazing diagram on the screen. So the black line represents the ad performance, which obviously, again, we've kind of seen a spike and then we drop back down. And the blue performance is the organic. So I'd say for the first year in business, it was pretty steady. I think when we launched, we did 20K in our first month, because we already had that's not just starting a brand and a business from scratch. My business partner already had a following on YouTube and Instagram. So we launched to that. We made 20K in the first month. And for the first year, it stayed pretty steady, a little bit of increase. Some months would go higher, some months would go a little lower. And it was pretty steady for the first year. Then we kind of changed things up a few months ago. And again, the cool thing about doing a series is like this. You can see the previous videos of me talking about our strategy change in terms of how we're going to sell the main coaching program. So I literally talked about this. Obviously, I do a video a week, so probably 8-9 episodes ago, I probably talked about this strategy change. And that's been working. And like I said, this month, in June was, again, I think June was also the best month we had in terms of new people joining the coaching program, in a month where we didn't do a live challenge launch or something like that. And I think this time has gone even. I need to check that, but July beat June's performance. So our organic performance has been pretty steady, but the last few months we've seen a huge spike in organic performance. So the red circle represents kind of where we are at the moment, where I feel very conflicted about how I feel about the business, because on one hand, our organic seems to be working, and we've just had the best month ever of new customers joining the main coaching program, and we're getting closer to kind of the initial goal that we set in terms of getting new people to join, which is cool. But then at the same time, we've got ad performance and we're losing money on the front end, and we have made profit technically from the ads this month, because again, we've had people join the coaching program who bought the low ticket offer from the ads. So technically we're in profit, but it's not a lot. It's close to break even, pretty much, a few thousand here and there. So it's not a lot of money profit from the ads. We're close to break even, but I'm really focused on getting the front end at least at break even, not including the back end sales. So to see we're losing, thousands of dollars per month on that, and we're dropping, but then the organic's performing well. I'm I don't even know how I feel about this business right now. Should I be happy? Should I be excited that the organic's working? I don't know. And maybe that, again, that's just business, right? Maybe, you're never going to get a business that's functioning. Maybe you are. Maybe I'm just not good enough as an entrepreneur to build that yet. But, maybe it's never the case that you're going to have a business that's firing on all cylinders and is fully optimized and is working perfectly in all areas. Maybe that's always going to be the case. Some months the ads are going to perform really well, but the organic will drop. And then maybe, they both work for a period of time, and then maybe both of them drop, and then maybe one improves and one doesn't. Yeah, anyway, it would be nice if they were both just, boom, going up completely vertical, but that isn't the case, unfortunately. So I do feel, I wouldn't say stressed, because I'm pretty good at dealing with stress. I've been through a lot of shit over the last 8 years. This isn't my first business, and I've been in a lot worse situations. And, I've had businesses that didn't make money for a long time. So obviously this company makes us profit every single month, and it has done ever since we started it. So it's not a case of I'm worried about finances or anything like that. But yeah, I don't really, what point was I going to make then? I can't remember. My brain's gone dead. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was it. Yeah. I've not been stressed, but I've been eager to get back to Dubai, so I can just sit in front of my computer for 10 hours in a day and figure out the solution to the ad problem we have. So I've not been stressed about what's been happening, but it's been on my mind a little bit more maybe than I wanted it to be whilst I've been away, because I've literally just been, I'm really excited about getting back in front of my desk. Like today is Friday. My mate's getting married tomorrow. We got back from Italy to the UK on Thursday morning, yesterday morning. And then yesterday I spent time with nephews and family. So today's like a work day, which I'm filming this because I'm due an episode. But again, I'm not fully back in the swing of things, just kind of like doing what I need to do. And then next week I can just sit in front of my computer for the full week and just figure out the solution. So yeah, I've not been stressed. I've just been like eager and excited to get back and do that, because yeah, a couple of weeks haven't been good from an ads point of view, and I know it's obviously my responsibility to figure out the solution for that. So I'm excited to do it. So anyway, stop rambling. 50 minutes. Yeah, maybe this was useful. Maybe it wasn't. We'll see. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.